Stanford's harmful language list mocked for sheer insanity. Oh, I can't wait to make fun of this. Social media users have been poking fun of the new list of harmful language crafted at Stanford University, which includes supposedly offensive terms like American, brave, and addicted. While many of the phrases on the list, which grew out of an initiative by the Stanford CIO Council and people of color in technology, have been widely condemned for being rooted in oppressive history, other terms have raised for a few eyebrows and sparked some aggressive online backlash. Stanford University independent newspaper, the Stanford Review, reported Monday that the Orwellian Elimination of Harmful Language Initiative is meant to address harmful language in IT at the university by providing alternative terms or phrases. Okay, so instead of consider using, okay? So instead of addict, consider using a person with a substance use disorder. Agreed. Right off the bat, agreed. Instead of saying, Hasan, you're addicted to buying Valorant skins, even though it never makes you good at Valorant, you're a fucking addict. Instead, you should say, Hasan, you're a person with a substance use disorder with respect to how much you buy Valorant skins and also how much you play Valorant. Instead of saying, Hasan, you're addicted, you say, Hasan, you're hooked. You're devoted. What? Why? Because it trivializes the experience of people who deal with substance abuse issues. Yeah, dude, I love being devoted to crack cocaine. Man, you don't understand. I'm devoted to opium. I'm devoted to fentanyl, dude. Specifically, fentanyl hidden inside of Halloween candy. Okay, basket case. Originally referred to one who has lost all 4 limbs and therefore needed to be carried around in a basket. Wait, what? What the fuck? A blind review, anonymous review, unintentionally perpetuates that disability is somehow abnormal or negative, furthering ableist culture. A blind study, a mask study, unintentionally perpetuates, okay, same thing, committed suicide, died by suicide. What? Instead of saying committed suicide, you say died by suicide? What? Ableist language that trivializes the experience of people living with mental health conditions? Wait, what? I don't understand. What? That one doesn't make any sense, which is surprising because, like, none of this makes sense. You know what I mean? Confined to a wheelchair, person who uses a wheelchair. Okay, this one's, like, kind of understandable. You know what I mean? Okay. Crazy. These are my favorite types of takes that people always... People come in here and try to pull this shit on me all the fucking time too, because like I love using terms like psycho, insane, crazy. It's just like I'm not clever enough to come up with a new way to describe it. But like it is pretty fucking insane when dumbasses try to come in here, okay, and try to tell me not to use the word crazy because I'm gonna keep using it. You're a fucking idiot, okay? Surprising, wild. Ableist language that trivializes the experience of people living crippled, person with a disability. Ableist language, okay. Crippled, disabled, impaired, or weakened. Dumb, non-vocal, non-verbal. Wait, what? Yo, that shit was so fucking non-vocal, man. I can't believe how non-vocal this list is, dude. Yo, this shit is hella non-vocal. You know what I mean? Handicap parking, accessible parking, ableist language that trivializes. Wait, what? Handicapped, person with a disability, handicapped space, accessible space, insane, surprising, wild. Okay, yeah. Lame, boring, uncool, mentally ill, person living with a mental health condition. If you're on Twitter a lot, you are a person living with a mental health condition. You know what's funny about this is that, like, here, first of all, like I said, this doesn't change the material reality in a meaningful capacity. Okay? So it, of course, is not going to genuinely change people's living spaces and it's not like you're not making any like structural, you're not clearing any structural hurdles for people. So the irony, of course, is that like it completely loses sight of actually achieving success. What these people don't realize when they do stuff like this is that language consistently evolves. So you're always going to, no matter what happens, use a word to substitute whatever the fuck this is that still implies that, like, if you are behaving in an erratic manner, someone is going to use something, okay, that everyone contextually understands is the same as mentally ill. If tomorrow, let's say, a rule was struck down and people decided you can no longer say, bro, you're behaving in a mentally ill way, okay, that was no longer allowed, okay, and you had to say, bro, you're a person living with a mental health condition, people would start using this, and then everyone would understand that. It's like the chatter who joked and said, oh, is this guy A-worded? Or when we were talking about autism, okay? Turning something that is otherwise like a medical diagnosis into something that is literally like, it's like a slur all of a sudden. That's just how language works. Instant classic. OCD, detail-oriented, ableist language. Paraplegic, person with a spinal cord injury, person who is paralyzed. Wait, what? You can't say paraplegic? The R word used to be my cellar door, but I'm trying to grow up. Yeah, I mean, I used to use the R word a lot. You can make this exact same argument towards the R word as well. The R word originally literally was a substitute for idiot, okay, because idiot was considered the R word, and now idiot is now an acceptable term again, but the R word is not. You know what I mean? That's just how it works. I mean, guys, there is literally a very famous Black Eyed Peas song that, had the chorus, let's get retarded in ha, let's get retarded in here, okay? Like, entirely different time and place, but, like, that was ultimately changed to let's get it started, right? But basically, that song originally had the R word prominently featured all over it. People used to call mentally handicapped people window licker. So I feel like it could be way worse. Oh, my God. Anyway, but like the reason why I don't say the R word specifically is because it has gotten to a point where like there is enough mass mobilization behind it. That's it. That's like the major reason. Like I'm going to substitute it for some other shit, okay? And people are going to be like, oh, you're so polite. You're so nice. Fine. It's not that big of a deal. I'll change it. I'll say troglodyte. You know what I mean? I'll say something else. My baby sister has Down syndrome, and I hate when people use the R word. Yeah, exactly. Like it's an accommodation that I am willing to make. Sanity check, confidence check, coherence check, fact check. What the fuck? Isn't suggesting autism as a replacement for the R word problematic? Yeah, I do think that that's weird. Because no one uses the R word as a substitute for a person with autism. Like, no one goes, like, unless this is the 1930s. I mean, they do, but it's like, no. Hold on. People don't say someone who is autistic is like a medical diagnosis. You know what I mean? This almost turns it around and fucking, I mean, I guess people do it. I don't know. The authors are literally low-key being ableist here. I feel like, I mean, people used to do that, right? But like, if you see a person with like Down syndrome and then you call them the R word, that is like, I feel like that's like old school. You know what I mean? It's like that. I feel like they stopped doing that in like the 80s and 90s. Like that's an insane thing. Or like someone with autism. It's mostly just people saying like, you're fucking stupid. Is falling out of use, but it's definitely commonplace depending on your crowd, especially online. I mean, I think people just usually use it for like, not just stupid, but like extra stupid, like a step beyond. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, classic JFK pick. I love this one. You guys have seen this before. I've shown this on the broadcast before. The Joe Rogan crowd still use the R word all the time. Hello, you're on Twitch. Everybody uses the R word all the time. Step foot in literally any other fucking stream. I guess like maybe with the exception of XQC, every other stream you will, or even maybe even an XQC stream too, I don't know. But Isn't that flag behind Kennedy the original Boston flag? I'm not laughing at that. That's a very mean and wrong thing to say. That's not funny. That's not a funny joke. I'm not. I'm laughing at something else I was thinking of. Chat! I'm laughing at something else I was thinking of. Not what he's saying to me, okay? If the people from Boston could read, they would be very upset right now. Sanity check, spaz, clumsy, stand-up meeting, quick. Wait, what? A stand-up meeting, quick meeting? I mean, this is just insane, bro. Graybeard? Yes, you can't do that. Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck? Ageism? Never mind, I take it back. This list is great, dude. Yeah. Oh my God, why don't they have like balding in here? A person with follicle disabilities, you know what I mean? Senile, person suffering from senility. What? But like, that's insane. Like, if you're talking about some geriatric fuck like Dianne Feinstein and you say she's senile, instead of saying that Dianne Feinstein is a geriatric fuck who is suffering from senility, that doesn't make it better. It's the same fucking thing. Colonialism, Philippine Islands. Philippines are the Republic of the Philippines. That's it? That's the only thing they have for colonialism? What? They kind of, I feel like there's more terms that they just... I've never even heard someone say the Philippine Islands. No, it undermines actual seniors that do suffer from senility. Yeah, I don't care, man. Like, straight up. They shouldn't have fucked over everything, okay? They shouldn't have fucked over the next generation if they don't want me to make fun of them, all right? And yes, people will make fun of me. They already do. Shut the fuck up. Culturally appropriative language misuses terms that hold meaning to a particular culture in a way that often lacks respect or appreciation. Brave. This term perpetuates the stereotype of the noble, courageous savage, equating the indigenous male as being less than a man. What? As a noun? Oh, like the Braves. Like yeah. Dude, this is so old, no one even uses it like that. What the fuck? Consider using it. None. Do not use. Oh my God, bro. What the fuck? Wait, first of all, what? No one even fucking uses it like that. Like in normal language, you don't say like, oh, look at all these Braves living in the fucking reservation. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Bury the hatchet. Call for peace. Call a truce. Because it's a centuries-old tradition among some North American indigenous people who buried their tools as a war of symbol of peace. Yeah, I'm still using that. I'm sorry. Chief. That person's name. Not now, Chief. Oh, no. No. Geronimo. None. Only used when discussing the historical figure. Geronimo was a famous leader and medicine man whose name is used today as a caricature of a brave warrior, often used during macho pursuits. Bro, literally no one fucking says Geronimo anymore. This shit got completely outdated in the 90s. Like, I thought that was like something that people would say in like the 90s movies where they go like, where they jump into the pool and go, Geronimo! Or something like that, right? Most of the chat wasn't alive when the last time that was used, unironically. Anyway, guru. What? In the Buddhist, Hindu traditions, the word is a sign of respect. Using it casually negates its original value. What? Dude, that's so dumb. Low man on the totem pole, lacking seniority, don't have power or prestige. Trivialize something that's sacred to indigenous peoples. On the warpath. What? Mad on the offensive. Cultural appropriation of a term they referred to the route taken by indigenous people heading towards a battle with the enemy. Wait. Okay, I think this is a stretch. Yo, this shit is like incredibly. This is the stretchiest somehow part of this entire conversation. Pocahontas, the person's name. This is a slur and should not be used to address an indigenous woman unless they're. Wait, what the fuck? This was just for Donald Trump, I think. Powwow, meet, get together. Using this in a manner demeans a term of cultural significance of indigenous peoples. Spirit animal. Oh my God. Oh my God. Favorite animal. Animal I most admire. I would like to be. The term refers to an animal spirit that guides/protects one on a journey. So to equate it with an animal one likes is to demean the significance of the term. I mean, this part of the list is just attacking white people. Okay, this is all shit that like white people love using. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. I've never heard this. What the fuck? I have never heard this before. I'm learning new slurs, man. This list is just teaching me new shit. In construction, we use it. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. What? Really? Tribal knowledge. Tribe. Historically used to equate indigenous people with savages. Gender-based. Oh, this is going to be fucking awesome. Instead of preferred pronouns, consider using pronouns. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, balls to the wall. Attributes a person. What? Okay, this is coming at me. This is directly attacking me, and I don't like it. Okay, I'm in the fucking crosshairs. I use balls to the wall so much. Ballsy, bold, risk taker. Chairman, chairwoman, chairperson, chair. Instead of saying congressman or congresswoman, say congressperson or legislator. Instead of fireman, firemen, you say firefighters. Instead of freshman, you say frosh. What? Instead of saying gentlemen, you say everyone. Instead of guys, you say folks, people, everyone. Yeah, no, I mean, have the balls to. He, a person's name, or they. Unless you know the person addressing uses he as their pronoun, it's better to use they or to ask the person which pronouns they use. Hermaphrodite, referring to a person. Intersex person. Yeah, I mean, that's... Okay, there's like one understandable fucking take in here in the list. Ladies! Everyone. Landlord, landlady, property owner. Or, you know, dick. Oh, sorry, that's also ascribing a bodily anatomy to... Yeah, land leech. Mailman, male person, postal carrier. Man, verb, staff. Man hours, person hours, effort hours, labor time. Instead of man in the middle, you say person in the middle. Mankind, people kind, human beings. Man-made, made by hand. Manpower, what the fuck? Seminal, leading, groundbreaking. Wait, what the fuck? What does that have to do with men? Wait, what is the etymology of seminal? No, for real, where does this come from? Hold on. Oh, it is related to semen. What? What? Stop. What the fuck? Oh my God, it literally comes from semen. Oh my God, it's Latin for seminalis, of or belonging to seed, good for seed, from semen. Seminus. She, a person's name, or they. She-male. What the fuck? Okay, okay, see, again, some of these are slurs. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, some of these are like literally slurs. But I feel like it takes away from these slurs that you have here, when you put the fucking slur next to like Seminole, and don't use Seminole because it's like reinforcing male dominated language. You know what I mean? It just like, it's so stupid. This makes no sense. I don't understand it. Not transphobic ass slurs being put on the same level as some of these randoms. Yeah, like what the fuck? You put she and then you put she-male under it. Like what the fuck? And then you put the T word. Transgendered. Transsexual, unless used medically. You guys, you shouldn't say that. You say folks. Imprecise language. Wait, what? Abort. This term can unintentionally raise religious or moral concerns over abortion. That. What? What? And I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene considers abortion to be cancellation of the fetus, so it's like cancel culture. Wait, also, what the fuck? Like, this is, you're going to fucking offend people who are pro-life? Like, I don't give a shit. What the fuck? Did the feds make this? I mean, American, U.S. citizen. This term often refers to people from the United States only, thereby insinuating that the U.S. is the most important country in Americas, which is actually made up of two countries. Okay, but like the United States is the most important country in the Americas, baby. That's right, baby. I'm American, goddammit. Did a Brazilian write this? Yes. Child prostitute, child who's been trafficked. Okay, that makes sense though. Kind of. Like it's like that is like a kind of a weird statement. Circle the wagons? What? Take a defensive position. Hollywood movies about settlers migrating west contributed greatly to the formation of this phrase, which means that savages are coming and a group of white people is about to be attacked. It also paints indigenous peoples as aggressors. What? Yo, Tart. Tyler, 67637. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Bro, this is insanity. Oh, I forgot to run the ad break. I'm running it now. Dude, no one thinks this. Half-breed, person of multiple ethnicity. Okay, dude, you can't put circle the wagons on a list where you then say half-breed. Like we're talking about fucking orcs or something, okay? You are undermining half-breed. You're not making circle the wagons appear like a fucking thing that, like who the fuck says half-breed, by the way? I don't even know who the fuck says half-breed to begin with. Hispanic? What? Latinx. Use country of origin. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Hispanic is an offensive term. Oh, my God. Hispanic is ridiculous. Okay, holy fuck. Indian giver, person. This is understandable. Indian giver, person who takes something back that was given. Like this one, pretty much is like, you're fucked up. You're ascribing like a negative value to Native Americans. You know what I mean? Like I get that. I don't use that. I've used it before, and someone corrected me on it. And I was like, all right, I get it. Like that one is offensive. I totally get it, especially considering that like. Like if you were to look at the actual terminology, it's like, oh, you're an Indian giver. Who do you say that to? Someone who gives something to you and then takes it back, right? We are the fucking actual ones that did that, okay? Like we did. If anything, you should say like, a pilgrim giver, okay? Or settler colonialist giver. We did that. Well, not we as in like, I'm using the royal we. I'm not saying myself or you in particular. But like, that's kind of doubly fucked up. Because like, you're literally claiming that like Native Americans do this when you fucking did it to them. Indian summer, I've never heard that before. This term infers that indigenous people are chronically late. Wait, no, that's CPT, which is definitely racist. Why is that not on this list? Or like people will say like island time. Those are like way more. Oh God, I'm teaching people slurs, which often black people use just internally amongst. Oh no, okay. Well, racist people use it as well against black people. Indian summer means a really fucking hot autumn summer. I've never heard that before. Haven't heard island time in a while. Good one. CPT is colored person time. That's what that is. It's racist. It's a racist term when used by white people. My man, should you be saying this? Yeah. It's like old school racism. It's the idea that like black people are lazy and late to stuff. Stop teaching the sauce, bruh. Okay, well. But it's the same as like island time too, where it's like often used within the community in a joking way, but when used outside of the community, it's racist. Okay. Karen. Demanding or entitled white woman. This term is to use to ridicule or demean a certain group of people based on their behaviors. Bro, this is literally like, this is the cracker conversation, okay? This is straight up the cracker conversation, which, by the way, a lot of the motherfuckers who got mad at me for saying that probably also made fun of this list, so suck my cock. Well, at least we now know who wrote the fucking list, though. You know what I mean? That's pretty good self-report here. Yeah, just call people a demanding or entitled white woman instead of Karen. Oriental, person of Asian descent. It's just funny because it's like Clint Eastwood. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the last person I've heard use this like to describe. It's like a 1950s term. You know what I mean? Orientals. Oh, Jesus. Better yet, use the specific cultural heritage, Chinese, Japanese, if known. Peanut gallery. What? Peanut gallery. Audience, hecklers, or critics. This term refers to the cheapest and worst section of the theaters where many black people sat during the vaudeville era. Wait, really? I feel like it's one of those things that like no one fucking knows what that means anymore. So like no one has ever used it to like infer that. So here's the thing. Some of these words, as you know, have culturally changed. Like lame is one that I use often, right? Lame was used to say that you are unable to walk because you have a disability, right? But no one fucking uses it like that. When you see someone limping, you don't go, oh, that's a lame right there, right? You just say something is like whack. So, you know, that's how this works now, right? That's how words change. And peanut gallery, I think, is like one of those things where it's like, you know, I don't think anyone, unless they're like insanely racist and have like opened up the tome of racism and looked deep at the heart of like racist lore. You know, they fucking opened up the racism scrolls and like found out that peanut gallery referred to that and are using it that way. You know what I mean? People of color used generically. You should use BIPOC instead. For those of you who don't know, there's a reason for this, okay? Because black people and indigenous people have undergone separate levels of struggle in comparison to people of color. So that's that. I mean, one of the easiest examples of this is like if you're Asian, you're POC, but some of the struggles that you underwent in the United States of America specifically, or in the Western world specifically, are not going to resemble the same thing that black people have gone through. That's pretty much what it is. What? Bro. What the fuck is a tar baby? What the fuck? That's just what? Bro, what? You can't say straight? This term implies that anyone who's not heterosexual is bent or not normal. Stupid, boring, uncool. Once you describe a person who could not speak or implied a person was incapable of expressing themselves. Yeah, this is so fucking stupid. Survivor, person who has experienced, person who has been impacted by. Why? Using first person language helps not define people by just one of their experiences. What? What? You can't say survivor? A popular television franchise. Person who has experienced. So this is like, I think straight up like a old school slur. What is it? Like, it's like using cotton picking, right? Not as like an action, but when you say something like, you're out of your dang cotton picking mind. Like, that is a incredibly racist term. You immediately understand what that is, right? Like, that's what that is. And it's like a Southern thing that racist people say. Some people might not even actually know what it means, right? But if you use that as a filler, you're basically, like, if you use it as a sentence enhancer, you're you know, you might not be even aware of it, but it doesn't take too much to understand exactly what the fuck you're saying. But yeah, that in and of itself is a racist term. Thug instead of suspect or criminal is you know, we all know what that means. Come on. When you hear someone call like people thugs or whatever, you know what it is. User, client, what? While often associated with one who uses software systems and services, it can also be negatively associated with those who suffer from substance abuse issues. What? Barrio, what? That just means neighborhood. What? Black hat, malicious, criminal, unethical hat. What? Assigns negative connotations to color black, racializing the term. Black mark, something that is held against one. Black sheep. Blackballed. Black box. We can't use blacklisted anymore in my company. Blacklisted. Deny listed, disallowed, brown bag. You can't say brown bag, lunch and learn, TikTok. I mean, wait, historically associated with the brown paper bag test that certain black sororities and fraternities used to judge skin color. Those whose skin color was darker than the brown bag were not allowed to join. Wait, what? What? Cakewalk. Enslaved people covertly used exaggerated dance to mock their enslavers. This turned into balls that the white enslavers would hold for entertainment, where the prize was a cake. That's where cakewalk comes from? What? What? You've never heard of the brown paper bag test? It was used against mixed people a lot as well. I've never heard that. But also, like, I don't even know brown bag in a lunch and learn. Like, I don't even know who uses brown bag as like a lunch and learn. I thought you just meant like a brown bag that you bring your lunch in. Because it's a brown paper bag. The paper bag is often recycled brown paper. I did not know the cakewalk thing. Gangbusters unnecessarily invokes the notion of police action against gangs in a positive light, which may have racial undertone. Wait, what? Ghetto, the term indicates socially segregated non-white neighborhood. Grandfather, legacy. This term has roots in the grandfather clause adopted by Southern. What? Like, there's truth to what they're saying, but like, nobody fucking, what? It's not like being a legacy is often a positive value anyway. Yeah, like grandfathered legacy status, Gray hat hacker. Hacker who exploits a weakness in cyber defense. This term combines black hat and white hat, which hold racial connotations. No, it doesn't. I think people who wrote this are actually racist and want to revive all this shit. No, this is when you do too much college, okay? This is when you college too hard. And that's it. Instead of mastered, you say you became adept in, because historically, masters enslave people. You can't say master bedroom, master list. Like, master is taken out, which I think is like so stupid. Who gives a shit? Red team. Cyber offense team. Red is often used disparagingly. What? Scalper. Scalping. This term refers to the practice of removing a piece of enemy's scalp with hair still attached. Although both colonizers and indigenous people performed the practice, it was still used as proof of how savage the natives were. Yet the colonizers were the ones who paid cash bounties for native scalps, and as has been documented in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Scrum master? What the fuck? An agile lead, a scrum leader, slave, secondary replica worker. What? Slave labor, sold down the slave labor, which is, what you're doing right now. Sold down the river, betrayed. Tarball? While the term refers to an archive that has been created with a tar command, it can be negatively associated with the pejorative term tar baby. No. Who? Who is doing that? What? What the fuck? He said, stretching harder than cis wet 19. Yeah, literally, dude. To call a spade. Oh, remember, I've talked about this before. Although the term has its origins in Greek literature, the subsequent negative connotations with the word spade means that the phrase should be used with caution or not at all. Okay, so here's the fucking thing. You can't simultaneously talk about new adoptions of the fucking terminology, okay? New adoptions of the terminology, which implies that you have a decent understanding of how language has evolved, and then simultaneously eviscerate half of these fucking terms that are not used that way. This is all dumbass 50K speaking fee, anti-racism talks, tech bro bullshit. It's annoying. Master Chief is extra canceled. Oh no, you're right. Master Chief is literally additionally, he has master in the word and chief. What the fuck? Yo, that's true. What should I call my master's degree then? Oh my God, that's right. Uppity. Although the term originated in the black community to describe another black person who didn't know their socioeconomic place, it was quickly adopted by white supremacists to describe any black person who didn't act as expected. I mean, yeah, you don't say that to like a black person, but I think like using it in general when it's not being used towards a black person, it's like you don't call women bitches, you call them dicks, and you can call men bitches. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. A white paper, all the white words, white box, white list, white space, they're all gone. Okay, person first. Convict. Using person for person who is / was incarcerated. Disabled person. Person with a disability. Homeless person. Person without housing. Immigrant. Person who has immigrated. Non-citizen. I feel like that's worse. Like, I feel like saying non-citizen is worse than immigrant. Am I crazy about this? Oh, that's a non-citizen right there. Like, I get not saying alien, okay, but like, or illegal alien, but like immigrant is just like a normal descriptor. What the fuck? Prisoner, person who's incarcerated. Prostitute, person who engages in sex work. Abusive relationship with an abusive person. What? Beating a dead horse. The expression normalizes violence against animals? That's a good one. I love that. Crack the whip. Unnecessary use of violent imagery that paints the person as being referred to as authoritarian or as oppressive. Yeah, what? But they are. They're cracking the whip. Go off the reservation. Bro, this is like the most insane fucking... This is an incredible list, dude. I love this list. It's so crazy. It is so fucking insane. It's like, you know, you shouldn't even use the term whip in general, right? Because technically, like, it invokes violent imagery that you know, slave masters used. Killing two birds with one stone, normalizing violence. Oh, goes off the reservation, disagree with the group, defect. It's rooted in the violent removal of indigenous people from their land and horrible consequences for an indigenous person who left the reservation. This person could fit under the cultural appropriation category. Well, that's technically killing two birds with one stone, isn't it? The fact that trigger warning is on here is hilarious to me. Wait, trigger warning? The phrase can cause stress about what's to follow. Additionally, one can never know or what may or may not trigger a particular person. What? Rule of thumb. Although no written record exists today, this phrase was attributed to an old British law that allowed men to beat their wives with sticks no wider than their thumb. Bro, if no written record of it exists today, then just don't write it. Don't put it in here. You know what I mean? No one is like, wow, I can't believe you used the term rule of thumb. Did you know that there was, even though there's no written record of this that exists today, the phrase is attributed to an old British law that allowed men to beat their wives with sticks no wider than their thumb? So, like, when you use rule of thumb, do you think in common colloquialism, do you think that people that say rule of thumb are actually, like, also saying it in support of wife beating? Do you think it's normalizing wife beating? No, that's bullshit. I'm sorry, dude. That's crazy. That's literally fucking insane. This list is so dumb. It's fun. It's funny. It's fun to make fun of, okay? It's wild. It's violent. It's violently funny. Okay? Pull the trigger. Give it a go. Unnecessary use of violent imagery. More than one way to skin a cat. You're killing it. Yeah. Master Chief is now Primary John. War Room. Unnecessary use of violent language. Additional considerations. African American. Black. That makes sense. Like, yeah, this is ironic because, like, it's lost in a sea of, like, fucking weirdo shit. But, like, yes, I say it all the time. Like, that you shouldn't, you know, you shouldn't say, like, African American. Just say black. Just say black. And that might change in the future, but for the time being, it's like a normal way to refer to black people. Okay? Circle the wagons. We already talked about that. That's so fucking stupid. Gip? The fuck is a gip? Oh. Jip. Romani. What? That's like that's a slur, right? Jip? Is that how you say it? I don't even know how you say it. Jipping? Is that like J? Is that how you say it? Bro, I don't even fucking know how to say this. Like, I don't even... Cheat. Instead of saying cheat or instead of saying Romani. Jesus Christ, there's a lot. Hick! No! You can't say hick or hillbilly? Stop it! This list is over. We're done. We're done. We're done with this list. Hillbilly. Person from the Appalachian or Ozark regions in the U.S. Hip, hip, hooray? Hip, hip, hooray? This term was used by German citizens during the Holocaust as a rallying cry when they would hunt down Jewish citizens living in segregated neighborhoods. What? 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 Is that real? What the fuck? I've never heard that. What? Yeah, nice, Hasan. Just do more slurs. Leftist, by the way. Dude, I love slurs. I love slurs. How have you not recognized this? I'm a fan of slurs. Okay? I'm racist. I love slurs. It's my favorite thing. Hold down the fort. What? This phrase stems from settlers or soldiers resisting savages when on the warpath. No, it doesn't. What? No, it's literally any fort that you're talking about, right? Like what? What is happening? Jude. I've never heard someone say that. Haggled down. That is insane. You can't put hold down the fort next to Jude. Okay? One is like very clearly an out and about, openly anti-Semitic thing that ascribes like being cheap with money to Jewish people as a fucking negative stereotype that is deeply anti-Semitic with like a normal thing. Like it's the assumption that forts never existed before the United States, but before like, you know, indigenous genocide is fucking insane to me. Long time no see. This phrase was originally used to mock indigenous peoples and Chinese who spoke pidgin English. Yo, this is kind of funny. It's like fun. I'm learning like all the racist origins of things that I'm not going to stop using, obviously, but like half of the list is like fun because you're like learning about insane shit. Half of the list is funny because like it's insane to stop people from saying insane or crazy. And then the other half is just like actual slurs that I haven't heard in a very long time. Long time no see. Chud's about to watch you play just to not catch strays in their 50th sock accounts. Yeah. Long time no see is bad because it's racist to Asians, not because it's ableist to blind people. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of fucked up. No can do. I can't do it. Originated from the stereotypes. What? Originated from stereotypes that mock non-native English speakers. It doesn't matter. Like, this is insane. No can do is not something that people still use in that regard. So it doesn't even fucking matter. I literally sometimes gaslight people by making up racist origins for random shit. This list is turning into that. Michael Hudson in the chat does that for fun. Like, literally, you're describing what he does for fun. And we do that as like a joke. Okay? Like, this seems like it. This seems like they did that. Normal person. This phrase results in othering non-white people? What? No, it doesn't. What? What? If normal person otherizes non-white people, then ordinary person does that as well. What the fuck? It means the same thing. Common person or conventional person is the same thing as normal person. So you will never stop people from like understanding that there is a normative thing out there, okay? That there is an ordinary thing out there. It literally is the same. You cannot tackle context, okay? You cannot tackle the heart of why we use language. This is why we use language, so that when you say something, everyone understands and associates what that thing you're pointing at. Okay? So when you like say, you can't say normal person, you're basically trying to, in a very foolish way, tackle the concept of like normativity, okay? Which is a thing that literally people use. You can't act like there is no fucking normal tent pole. You can't change that reality for human beings because that is how we speak with one another. That's how we communicate. Well, there's more under there, but I can't read the rest of it. It's cut off. And then, that's it. We understand that it may not be possible to eliminate all harmful. I mean, eliminate as a term is also violent. You know what I mean? Maybe you shouldn't use eliminate either.